woman ever on that list. It wasn't long after the press conference announced that she was on the list and that there was a rumor for her being called that we began getting tips. Ah, yes. The reward, $100,000 for information leading to her capture. That's when I was like, well, that's quite a large sum of money. Oh, it got someone's attention, all right. Things started happening then. Coming up, an agreement could bring Brenda home. It was arranged that she was to have walked across the bridge in Laredo, Texas. But yet again, things don't go as planned. Your whole deal blew up. The whole deal blew up. This is our premium platinum coverage map, and this is our silver map. See the difference? No, I don't see the difference. Do you? Well, that was purple. Exactly. That's our premium. What does that mean? I think it means it costs more. That's what makes it premium. That doesn't make sense, does it? No. But it is premium. I just go with consumer selling. Get the same coverage at half the cost. Save up to $250 a year on all the talk, text, and data you need. Consumer selling. Right in the rear image. Everywhere declare The Fabelmans one of the best movies of the year. And now it's nominated for 5 Golden Globe Awards, including Best Picture. The Fabelmans, rated PG-13, in theaters and at home now. The interplay was really coming together. Until disaster struck. Tensions were high. Luckily, replacement costumes were shipped with FedEx, which means Mr. Harvey could picture the perfect night. We're ready for the holidays, so you're ready for what's next. Hi, I'm Austin Butler, and I will be hosting SNL this week with musical guest Lizzo. And I'm Cecily Strong, and I'll be hosting Austin Butler and musical guest Lizzo at SNL this week. That's what I said. No, that's what I said. No, that's what she said. It's The Office. These celebrities have strapped themselves into this giant wheel, risking nausea and utter humiliation to help contestants tackle tough trivia. Are you good with me? Everyone is wrong. I think it's Full House. Do you know the answer? Help from celebrities. We should be graded on personality. The Wheel Big Holiday Event starts Monday on NBC. Amazing what an appearance on the FBI's most wanted list will accomplish. That, and a little added pressure from Dallas Police Detective Eric Barnes on a family that seemed determined to keep Brenda Delgado out of the arms of the law. How close did you come to actually arresting members of the family? Well, we actually were in the planning stages of drafting up the proper paperwork. And that was when things began to happen. For one thing, defense attorney George Milner joined the story. I made contact with the DA's office. They got the FBI in. We had these late-night conference calls. To negotiate Brenda voluntarily coming out of hiding and returning to Texas. I was making contact with the family to try to get her back. It was arranged that she was to have walked across the bridge in Laredo, Texas. That would look better for her. Well, that was the motive I had. I mean, I wanted to be able to say, and here's video of her voluntarily coming right back to Texas. But Detective Barnes had very little faith Brenda would actually walk across that bridge. I never really believed that she was just going to willingly say, here I am, come get me. And then FBI Special Agent Ibrahim got a tip, and it looked good. The FBI alerted their Mexican counterparts who moved in. They apprehended her in very short order. Kenner's brother Neil was on an airplane, just landed, got a text. I don't know who the lady was next to me, but I asked her for a hug. I needed that. I was pretty elated. Brenda's attorney, not so much. Your whole deal blew up? Whole deal blew up. And Instead, Brenda sat in a Mexican jail. Mexico will not extradite anyone facing a possible death penalty, so prosecutors chose not to seek it. And 6 months after her capture, Brenda was returned to Dallas to await trial for murder. NBC station KXAS was there, waiting for her. Brenda Delgado had nothing to say as FBI agents walked her into the Dallas County Jail. But before any trials could start, prosecutors Justin Lord, Glenn Fitzmartin, and team leader Kevin Brooks tried to persuade Crystal Cortez to plead guilty and testify against Brenda and Christopher Love. Not so easy. We sat down with her once. Considered her potential sentence. She was listening, about a month before Christopher Love's trial.
You're better than me. I put my leg up and it relieved it, and I just started to relax. Keep it warm on the floor for her. She's adapting really well to this. She sleeps good, she's up, and it's a joy. Everything's good. You never play any games, dude? There's some cool games. I'm like that with, who is it, a Star 7. There's some good games. You don't have to play, but Nintendo looks like to me overrated. They sell one inside a disc, and is it too loud?
Crystal Cortez, the state star witness, told the jury what Love did.
What happened? Oh, you can't see who the people are, though. Yes. I can't keep continuing. What's happening?
And a forensics expert who matched the gun to the murder. And speaking of that gun, literally, was Christopher Love himself. The jury heard a recording of a phone call he made to his girlfriend from jail. Too late, indeed. To the prosecutors, it amounted to a confession. They hoped the jury would see it that way, and that they would also see what the real-life consequences of murder can be. I'm sorry. This was Kendra's mother, Bonnie, telling the jury how she heard from Kendra's sister. She said, "Mom, it's Kendra."
No. It looked like it was got a top heavy.
It took the jury 3 hours. Now, the alleged mastermind, Brenda Delgado, turned in the dog. And that would be quite a story indeed. Would a jury believe that Brenda had convinced a pair of near strangers to commit murder? The fact that these three came together in such a short amount of time, in such a violent way, reasonable people have a hard time, I think, putting that all together. When Dateline continues. Postmenopausal women with HR-positive, HER2-negative metastatic breast cancer are living longer with Kisqali. So long live family time. Long live dreams. And long live you. Kisqali is a pill proven to help women live longer when taken with our protease inhibitor. And Kisqali helps preserve quality of life. So you're not just living, you're living well. Kisqali can cause lung problems or an abnormal heartbeat, which can lead to death. It can cause serious skin reactions, low white blood cell
cell counts that may result in severe infections. Avoid grapefruit during treatment. Tell your doctor right away if you have new or worsening symptoms, including breathing problems, cough, chest pain, a change in your heartbeat, dizziness, yellowing of the skin or eyes, dark urine, tiredness, loss of appetite, abdomen pain, bleeding, bruising, fever, chills, or other symptoms of an infection, a severe or worsening rash, or plan to become pregnant or breastfeeding. Long live hugs and kisses. Ask about Kisqali. Long live life. In your face with envy? With Olay Hyaluronic Body Wash, 95% of women have visibly better skin. From dry to moisturize in just 12 days. Be fearless with Olay Hyaluronic Body Wash and Body Lotion.
Waiting. Sometimes it's just inevitable. But if you're over 50 or living with a chronic condition, untreated COVID could be deadly. Got COVID symptoms? Get tested and get treated right away. It can't wait. Albuquerque right now has two things that are just overflowing. Number one, holiday cheer. Yes, you got it. It's December and we've got plenty of that. But secondly, we've got more inventory than we've had all year long. And what a pleasure. Just another better way to serve you, the customer, at this time of year. Happy holidays to you. I hope you stay safe and healthy. And of course, thank you. This year, get holiday ready at Target during the Ford Shine Bright sales event. Get a brand new 2023 F-150 starting at $36,380. It's the most wonderful time of year to buy. Choose cars and SUVs. Today or shop online. Ford July reserve your vehicle today.
Well, that's a big old dad bird.
Visit Ford.net. Central USA. What does the land of enchantment mean to you?
What does the land of enchantment mean to you? To me? So there's La Fruta, Las Vistas, La Gente.
Raising my son Leia.
El chile verde de hatch. The red chili.
Judgment, not the J. And Peggy.
Everyone's a little bit. Peggy's rule.
Air New Mexico. We love you so. The excitement ahead of postseason college football in New Mexico, and it's a big sports weekend. Major industry basketball teams getting into 2 days.
You want to move it up? You got it all crooked. Isn't that all crooked? What's some happy laughter on there? And it gives people. Yeah, there's the tipsy taxi's back, Chris. Tipsy taxi. It's for all the tipsy taxis tonight. They won't be tipsying in the morning. They say all through New Year's it's packed right now. So remember all the people getting to get sick in the morning. Those people like that, though, they don't go out to places. They never do. They never leave their channel. That dude doesn't he? He don't go mingle out with people. Huh? They all just sit on their deals. They don't have any other things they're doing. They go to work. They don't have to do it. I don't see how what's his name sees out of his glasses all day long. Can you see out of them or they got slits? He looks all woolly like he's a bear in a cabin with some glasses on. And he's back on there. Is he really truly back on there again? I get it. Is he really truly back on there again? No. Just take a second. See. This zippy thing, man. I didn't get one. Do y'all have for whistles? I will tomorrow since I did last week. I know, but I can tell you did. George came and snuck it in there to you. And I don't care. I don't care, but sometimes at 3, I wish I would have asked him just a few times through the month, you know. Especially when it's the weekend. So now he can go to sleep. Yeah, I bet you don't know what's going on here. I'm kidding you. Here, what in the world? You accidentally reading that? No way. You got it on another. You ain't reading that stuff.
Before breaking up for good, a couple of months before Ricky met Kendra. They stayed friends, said Ricky. He helped her financially. He even let her stay on his phone plan. In his mind, he was trying to maintain a platonic relationship.
Okay, sorry. I'm in between here and, you know, I guess what I don't know what she's saying.
At the time, I thought it was
I
coincidence.
think I'll go for Dale.
No. Brenda was actually tracking Ricky using the Find My iPhone app. Always knew just where he was. Remember, he kept her on his phone plan. Also, on her phone, this photo of Ricky and Kendra together.
Picks stalking him online, had access to his email, his passwords, tracking his Facebook account.
And during all the time he was dating Kendra, Brenda still had, and apparently used, the key to Ricky's apartment. She would know when he's not at the apartment. Usually that's when she's showing up, gathering information. Pretty creepy. Yeah. Ricky had no idea. He was focused on Kendra. And he shared the good news with Brenda, his friend.
I sent an email to Brenda specifying that I was in a relationship that was going very good.
Which was about the worst thing Brenda could hear.
I think that's when the ball started really rolling, that things had to happen to get rid of Kendra Hatcher.
With Kendra in his life now, Ricky asked Brenda to remove her stuff from his apartment. And he dropped it from his phone plan. That was August 31st. 2 days later, Kendra was dead. Luis Ortiz told the jury he loaned Brenda his Jeep, but he had no idea what it was being used for until he saw it on the TV news and confronted Brenda, who asked him straight out to become part of a cover-up.
It's best for you to just hide it and probably paint in a different color if you want to help you pay for that paint job.
Instead, Luis called the police, and the plan began to unravel. So, just one terrible idea that went further than Brenda may have intended? No, not at all, said the prosecutors. Brenda tried to recruit others too. Like this guy, a friend of hers.
Where's she at? For a gun. A handgun, yes.
And this acquaintance from high school.
Where's she at? Honey, anybody that can just hurt someone.
He even asked a cousin to use this baseball bat, introduced as evidence.
What specifically were you supposed to do with that baseball bat? She wanted me to hit her.
And it was Brenda's friend, who lived with her just before the murder. This plot was the most
she wanted Ricky in a coma with a bat. Also, Kendra had her an injection to put it in her back of her neck. She just wanted to eliminate Kendra Hatcher or even both of them.
The roommate, like the others, said no, they wouldn't do it. But none of them went to the police.
It's pretty disturbing to me that people knew about this and made no effort to stop it.
All the while, Brenda was stalking her victim, watching her, even as Kendra, carefree and unaware, entertained her niece Josie during her July visit. If that little girl had been there a little bit later, that could have been bad.
Yes, I think the plan was already in motion at that point, so whoever was there would have been a victim as well.
And then along came Crystal, the single, unemployed mom who only had known Brenda for a month. Poor, troubled, easily manipulated.
Brenda is a master manipulator. She was able to figure out what is it that this person is seeking, and she was able to play on those needs.
Now, here in court, Crystal, in exchange for a deal avoiding the death penalty, promised to reveal everything. But truth so apparent can quickly collapse, exposed as a self-serving lie. Would Crystal tell the truth? Would the jury believe her? Coming up, Crystal details a string of head-snapping schemes from killing Kendra, from drugs.
One was to inject her with heroin, another one was to inject her with a sedative.
To weapon shopping online.
I made a phone call to this person on social media and I asked if they had a silencer for 40 Smith & Wesson.
Would jurors buy any of it?
For people living with HIV, keep being you and ask your doctor about Biktarvy. Biktarvy is a complete one-pill, once-a-day treatment used for HIV in certain adults. It's not a cure, but with one small pill, Biktarvy fights HIV to help you get to and stay undetectable. That's when the amount of virus is so low, it cannot be measured by a lab test. Research shows people who take HIV treatment every day and get to and stay undetectable can no longer transmit HIV through sex. Serious side effects can occur, including kidney problems and kidney failure. Rare, life-threatening side effects include a buildup of lactic acid and liver problems. Do not take Biktarvy if you take Tervetalide or Rifampin. Tell your doctor about all the medicines and supplements you take if you are pregnant or breastfeeding, or if you have kidney or liver problems, including hepatitis. If you have hepatitis B, do not stop taking Biktarvy without talking to your doctor. The common side effects were diarrhea, nausea, and headache. If you're living with HIV, keep believing who you are and ask your doctor if Biktarvy is right for you.
Get to Kohl's for gifts from the best active brands with up to 50% off sale and clearance on Nike. And Adidas. Plus, take a
What? Are you talking to me? Okay, cool. I was just trying to look you up at the media report. Since it smells good, it makes me like no stuff.
You're helping her study for a geography test. Whether with fake butter and bacon sounds like the best. She's about to find out you can't read a map. Sonic steak, butter, bacon, cheeseburger. Sonic. I say to you, love your enemies and pray for those who persecute you. Don't feel any different. I don't need you to feel anything to the great things.
It's awesome. Don't you have 3 names? It takes a village.
Tomorrow,
He's choking me and choking me. This is the first time I black out. I knew then that he intended on killing me.
Uh,
on Big Lies Weekend Mystery. Here she was, wearing a green jumpsuit and the collar of the county jail. The star witness against Brenda Delgado.
Crystal Cortez.
It's taken some time to get here. Before she pleaded guilty, Crystal had tried out a whole catalog of full-out lies, half-lies, salted with a little truth, excuses, prevarications. But now, the terms of her plea agreement were very clear. Tell the whole truth and nothing but, or face unpleasant consequences. Prosecutor Glenn Fitzmartin would ask the questions.
Are you guilty of the capital murder of Kendra Hatcher?
Yes, I am.
Is Christopher Love guilty of the murder of Kendra Hatcher?
Yes, he is.
Is Brenda Delgado guilty of the murder of Kendra Hatcher?
Yes, she is.
Cold and detached. Crystal talked about the motive. A motive as old as time.
Why did she want to get rid of Kendra Hatcher?
Because she was envious of her.
It was never a robbery plan gone awry. She said she knew from the beginning this was going to be a murder. To discuss methods.
oh,
Inject her with heroin.
hey,
Inject her with a sedative. And the other was to kill her with a gun.
Initially, Crystal herself agreed to do the murder, but the two thought it better to get help. At a neighborhood gathering, they found that person, Christopher Love, and enlisted him on the spot.
And what was Christopher Love supposed to get?
He was supposed to get drugs and money out of it.
So, with the plan in motion, Love got a .40 caliber Smith & Wesson handgun to be used in the murder. Crystal set out to add to it.
I made a phone call to this person on social media and I asked if they had a silencer for a 40 Smith & Wesson.
To confirm her story, prosecutors played an odd clip of video found on Brenda's cell phone. Seemed accidental, this recording. Brenda's driving. Her passenger, Crystal, is describing the silencer she wants.
So I believe that as she's driving, she's trying to take a picture of this sunset. And at the same time, Crystal is next to her on a phone, talking to this unknown individual about buying a silencer for this gun.
Crystal said they ultimately decided against the silencer. They've been stalking Kendra already, following her to and from work, figuring out how to get into her luxury apartment's garage.
When another vehicle who had a parking pass would come in, we would go in.
They worked on Brenda's firm deadline, said Crystal. Kendra would have to die before Labor Day. Brenda had hacked into Ricky's phone and knew they were going away. When they returned, they were to visit Kendra's family, so Ricky could meet them for the first time.
So you all knew that they were planning on taking a trip to Mexico on September 3rd.
Yes, Labor Day weekend.
They would murder Kendra in her apartment parking garage when she arrived home from work. They decided Love would be the shooter. Crystal would drive.
Because he didn't very well, and I did.
Then, the morning of September 2nd, Crystal said she and Brenda went to Louisa's shop to borrow the Jeep. Then she dropped Brenda off at a library she'd be seen studying, part of her alibi. Later that afternoon, Crystal and Christopher Love parked near Kendra's dental office.
As soon as she leaves, we follow her, but we lose her in traffic. So we beat her to the apartment complex where she stayed.
With Love crouched down in the back seat of the Jeep, Crystal followed a resident's car into the garage, parked the Jeep, and then they waited.
Miss Kendra comes in and she parks catty corner to where we park. And Christopher Love gets off the vehicle through the driver's side in the back. And he approaches Kendra, and I didn't see him kill her, but I heard the shots fired. I backed out, and when I backed out, he ran into the Jeep with Kendra's belongings.
And remember that infamous picture from the surveillance camera?
Is that you and that driver?
Yes.
And here in this grainy video, said the prosecutors, that's Crystal driving up to Luis's place to return the Jeep. And Brenda arrived. And they looked at the Coach purse they'd stolen from Kenwood. The day after the murder, said Crystal, she and Brenda paid off Christopher Love in cocaine and weed and cash. Crystal got a payoff too, $500. She curled the bills and made a heart shape and took a picture. Then, selfie time with Brenda. They've gotten away with it, haven't they? And the day after that, they were called downtown by Detective Barnes.
Did you tell him the truth?
No.
Did you lie?
Yes.
But now, said Crystal, now she was telling the truth. She lied before to protect Brenda, she said. Brenda, who she'd known for 1 month.
I felt like if I didn't show my true friendship to her, she would just throw me under the rug like everybody else.
So why is she telling the truth
I
now?
know I'll go right
It
to
wouldn't be
sleep.
so easy for Crystal on the defense
You're the
side.
second one,
In
Chris.
fact, it had some surprises in store to try to prove she was still lying.
A plan to expose Crystal's duplicity during the trial. She lied about her own cell phone, where she doesn't know that we've got that.
She started the whole trial.
But Dateline continues.
But what? You're still wanting to? What? I'd lay down. What? What is this? There's no heater on. What? Leave it open. Leave it or something. Whatever. See?